Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain. Alright, so for this one here, we are going to be doing quests for Bimbog. We are back in the 12, completing the last of the 4 here. Alright. So this one, it's actually my favorite of the group of 4. It's another man's treasure, and basically this is one of the first ones that you're supposed to be doing for this chain. That big one that we did for the prison, technically speaking, we did that before this part. So if you're following the videos in order, you might notice a familiar face that we rescued from that prison.
The scavenger foreman says he's lost
And
control
actually, we were the one who put him in there.
Shinies are now
So
abundant
what we
that
could do
the
is we could talk to
workers
him
have
here,
rebelled.
and basically he's going to give me a little bit of information, basically saying that someone is turning everything into platinum. Now, what we need to do here, first and foremost, is of course clear the way. Now, I always start again from the top, just clearing our way down. I know some people just choose to hop down right away. That's not me. I prefer to, go slow, work my way down, make sure that nothing really gets to me. Alright. Now, at each of these little small camps, they also have a crest. So here we've got Monkey, we've got Crest of the Bat over here. And then we've got a Crest of the Snake up here. Now, our next floor, before we get to the very bottom, has a few more enemies. Yay, us. You'll also see colored doors. So there we have green, yellow, and then behind us red. Now, in each of these doors, one of the crests coincide with the door itself. So here's the snake, monkey, so on. Alright, we also have an option to investigate the dump for clues. So one of the clues was right up top there, it was that little note. The other one is this living kobold statue. Alright, so that one's cleared. One is that giant glittering mailbox over here. And be careful, though it spawned in for us already and came after us. Oh, there's the second one. Sometimes it'll have a few oozes sitting in this pile of platinum. Alright. Now we're going to start with the monkey slot here. I also just realized I didn't summon in a hireling. Alright. Alright, so this one, it has a giant maze. Now, right off the hop, it starts solidified. I'm actually going to summon my pet here. So right off the hop, it starts solidified. If we approach, the walls kind of slowly shimmer out of existence until you can't see anything. Now the objective here, and I'll show you two ways to go about it. So the objective here is to make your way through the maze to the center to pull the lever. Now in each of the four corners, they have a little button here. If you touch the button, it will spawn an ooze at the center. Now this ooze will completely ignore you, but he will just make his way around the outside of the maze. And doing that. The other way is if you have hirelings. Now, I don't know exactly what causes it, but sometimes the hirelings, they don't want to go and pull these levers. So we're going to see if our dog does. Yeah, so our dog will. When the hirelings do, as you see, they just naturally path all the way through it, knowing exactly where to turn, where to go. So we'll be able to just watch them run all the way through this maze super fast. And he'll go and pull the lever for us. Now, if you're worried about making your way back, once you pull the lever, one, the walls come semi-visible, you know, allowing you to actually easier to progress through. So if you have a whole group of people, it becomes easier to get back to the end. As well as they also bring up a dimension door. Now that dimension door, it will just teleport you not to the beginning of the quest, but to the beginning of this section here. Alright. So we can actually go ahead and now dismiss our dog, as he has done his part there. So one more thing I'm going to show you here, before we get too far in, is at the top, there's the other reason I'm coming up here is to get that hireling there that we forgot. And by we, I do mean me, myself. Also get rid of the one from that other quest. There we go. We do have a path just to our north here that leads down the water. Now, down here, there are some traps. So just watch yourself around some of these corners. If you do have evasion, you know, feel free to come down here. Though, be warned, at the end, there is some bad guys. Alright. Collectible. Now, where is that faintly... in front of me now? I'm not too sure. Oh well.
A troglodyte in its haunches stand over piles of cobalt bodies. The creature turns, and you will gleam in its eyes. Whatever evil these troglodytes were up to has been...
Oh, here it is. So this one here, it just gives you water breathing. Be able to swim through their tunnel. And I like that it gave you the water breathing in case you didn't happen to have. And as it is a little bit of a swim, as you can see, we can swim down from this location. So if you would happen to, right here at the bottom, we need to find a way up still. Here we go. If you would happen to find the little doors here, you could open them up, swim down, go through it that way. Generally speaking, if you're going to do it, you can still hear my robotic dog. Alright, but anyway, we're now going to proceed down the red tunnel. Now, as you see, we does split off into two directions. This one is actually fairly trapped. Now, if we hop in the water and we look, there's not much this way here at all, and we actually can't proceed. The way we need to go here is off to the right. It has some more water breathing, and there are traps. Now, these ones are, for the most part, fairly easy to pass by. Swim under, swim over, watch the walls. Like I said, it's fairly easy to just ignore them and swim right past. Now, you can technically go the other path. As you can see, though, it may lead you to a dead end. This one here, once we pass all the spikes, it does have, again, some electric shock. But for the most part, if you just swim right across the bottom, you are okay. As you can see, this next set, don't want to swim across the bottom. So just kind of look for their position on the walls. So this one's all three. There's no real safe. Just wait until it goes off. Swim past. Same thing. Wait till it's done. Swim past. Now it kind of makes it a little bit more difficult by adding in a little bit of a current. And here you can see it's a current pushing down. So just look for the bubbles. That's going to tell you which direction. So if we would have swam over here, no current pushing us down into the trap. Just wait for it to go off. And again, there's no time limit, no nothing like that. So don't worry. So here's that current again. This one, there is no trap. You just got to swim against it. Try swimming up as fast as you can, allow you to get past them. Once you're at the end, again, same thing as the other room. All we gotta do is pull a lever. It creates a dimension door there for us, which will again teleport us to the beginning part of this section. And here we are. Finally, we have our green section. Now this is the shortest of them all. Also potentially the most dangerous. Also in the green, it has our last clue that we need for our optional. And that one is actually located directly to our left as soon as we get in on this scroll here.
Transmuting things into platinum. Yet why would someone create a fortune in precious metal and then just leave it lying around?
So this part here, the Warforged himself is the lever. So we have to kill him in order to turn off the crystal that is on his chest. As you'll see though, the platform he's on has 9 little deactivated traps. What's going to happen is, while you're on that platform, it's randomly going to activate one of them and attack. Now, they are all poison type traps, so if you are a Warforged or an Artifice who does have your Construct Essence, you will be immune to the poison damage. So that is a handy little fact. I would not recommend sitting on the platform itself, as once you start the fight, this platform disappears. As well, it shuts a gate here. Though, if you are standing on the very edge, it will let you sit here and range him. But be warned, he will still try to run to you. And if he happens to fall in here, which he will keep running, he'll rubber band, reset back up to full hit points. So the best strategy is, unfortunately, kind of sit in the middle of these traps here and try not to get hit. As you see, it doesn't actually activate until you talk to him. So you can give yourself a little bit of prep, get yourself ready before you try to beat him down. But as you can see, 2,000 hit points. He is a little bit of a tough challenge, or can be. But once he's down, that's it. Like you're through.
The final crystal goes dark, and the last barrier fades
Now,
away.
once we've completed all 3 sections, again, it doesn't matter which order you do it in, or even if you want to split up your party, have one person head down the yellow path with a hireling to quickly get that lever, send your rogue or sneaky guy down the red path to get the traps, and send your best fighters down the green path to deal with that, or if you have any warforged, send them there. Then finally, once you're done, you want to hop to the very bottom and head off east. Now here's those colored gems, each one attributed to those rooms. And it gives us a small shrine before our door. Now on the other side of that door, it spawns in some more platinum creatures. Now in here, it does have some notes and scrolls scribbled throughout, which you can stop to read. They're a little bit of flavored text, but don't actually pertain to the quest itself, and are not required either. From here, you gotta pick a side, either north or south. It really doesn't matter, as we gotta go down both of them anyway. I personally, I head off to the right, heading south. And now in each section, so there's one directly south, there's one directly north, and there's one in the central. They will have a lever attributed to a different colored gem. And each one will open up one of the dimension doors over here. Alright, so now we're just going to keep heading up and head to the north one. Get this one here. Finally, come in here. And grab the orange rune.
Three-dimension doors stand before a trio of glitches.
Now, each one in here, again, has their own little, like before with those other paths, where we had to go to the end and pull a lever. Same concept. Each one just has a different way and a different method. So the purple one here is actually my favorite. What it has is these magical plaques, and they just ask you a question. So we're going to start with this one here. Sharn on the continent of Corvair is known as the City of Towers. Why is it known as this? Well, so it's not because of the swamp. The towers are built in a manifest zone of Serenia, which allows them to be built so much higher than they should normally allow to be built. That is actually the correct answer here. It's, various little information that you might not know about Dungeons & Dragons. Now, don't worry about getting these answers wrong. All that it happens, if you get the answer incorrect, is it spawns a random fight. Based on, again, like as you can see the guys up top here. It's not too difficult. Alright. Which member of the sovereign host is known as the patron of wealth and trading? That would actually be Kol Karan. And then finally, the organization known as the 12, base of operation is a tower floating above the city of Korth. How many floors does a tower of the 12 have? Now, this is where it throws a lot of people off. Is it 11, 12, or 13? The actual answer is 13.
Answering the final riddle correct
I know you,
has
like, it
opened
makes
the
sense to have it
purple
the
lock.
Tower of the 12. Why is it called the 12? Because there's 12 floors. There is 12 floors. People often forget. Ground floor, they're not counting. So the first floor, second floor, and then the ground floor. Totaling of 13. Once we've got all of them correct, hop on through the portal. You'll notice a couple of things. Um, one, actually, no, we can still step in there. So you'll just notice that the little rune symbol behind it has now gone out. So next we'll head to the blue. Blue's another favorite because I love puzzles. Now, for this puzzle, basically you want to light these 4 sigils here and avoid lighting the red ones. Well, easiest way to do that is to turn these ones here so that they're not facing the red. And it's as easy as that. The next thing would be to link all of these puzzle tiles. Alright. And then to finally activate it there.
Completing the tile
And
puzzle
then,
opens the blue lock.
you know, just because it's locked now. Just because I was gonna try and turn that so that all our tile pieces were lit up, but unfortunately I can't go back. Once you're done that, that's it. That's all. You're done on the blue room. And finally, we have our orange, which again, really unique and again, kind of like these little unique rooms. Now this one is a small maze.
Your body becomes heavy as you step
However,
into the room,
once
as
you
though
step
some
in
kind of
here, so
magical
here we jump
force is keeping
normally.
you down.
Once we get in here, we have heavy gravity. Like, we barely jump at all. So much so that you can't even jump up and grab the edge. The objective is somewhere in this maze, they have a lever. Now, you can try and turn in Q and E, it won't work, which is why I was jumping. As you'll notice, I did target a lever somewhere in this direction. So it's probably right on the other side of this wall here. Now you can proceed through and just find the lever. The lever isn't always in this location, however.
The lever is pulled. The glowing sigil
There are
fades.
other
The orange
locations that
lock
it can
has
spawn in.
been opened. The
If you
three
make it to
arcane locks are
on
now
this side,
There's a deep rumble somewhere in the complex as the passage to the madman in charge opens.
alright, so from the start here, if we actually head off to the left and then to the right, we can actually get here. So that was left, right, and then an immediate right. They actually have a staircase, so you can walk across. Now, why this is important is sometimes it actually spawns it right down there. As you can see, there is only one way to get there, which would have been those stairs and jumping across. But we're done in here, and back out. So once you complete all 3, as you see, they're all gone, and it has a path for us to continue down and into a portal. Now, what I'm going to do here quick is get myself a heal. Now, on the other side of this portal here, it has a man trapped inside of a bubble, bunch of little gems, and 3 platinum griffins, as well as a couple breakables. Now, what happens? You talk to him, and then he was actually going to send one of his griffins to attack you, and they'll, once one dies, it spawn goes after the next one, so on and so forth. So just be warned, and they can hurt. Like they 21, 21, 24. And like I said, there is no rest between each one. They attack fast and they hit hard. This is actually a fairly difficult fight to do. Once they are all dead, we can talk to the wizard again. And once that's done, we can actually attack our magical crystals here. Once we break them all, he turns platinum. And that was the guy that one of the guys that we actually rescued from the prison there. So we turned him platinum and we sent him in there. He was, of course, a difficult check to complete, which I'd imagine so. Like we had transformed him into a metal, and he was probably stuck frozen for a while before he learned to move. And then once he learned to move, ultimately he was still in prison. So I wouldn't be too happy with us either. Finally, we have a loot chest, and this one again can have some named items. Now, as you can see, at their level, they're really, really good. So this healing item, level 6, gives you increased self-healing, as well as outgoing healing as well. And these quests here, they do have an epic version of themselves. So once we hit like above level 20, we'll be able to come back and revisit all these quests. Alright, anyway guys, that's it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one all.